Hello everyone. Today I am coming to you with a tour of my crafting room. A few people have asked me to do room tours, and I did tell you I would share an update with you of what my craft room is looking like. So I'm going to start over here in this area. This is actually a rack that I bought from a store going out of business. I would just suggest to you all that if you ever see any type of store, doesn't necessarily have to be a scrapbooking store, but any store that is going out of business, make sure you check what they call their fixtures. And fixtures are any type of racks, any of that type of stuff they will sell to you. Some stores, as my friend Angie would say, will overcharge you, but some of them will give you a fair deal for the item that they're trying to get rid of. The store that I went to was actually a stationery store that I purchased all of my racks from. And I went at separate times and I purchased these racks for, let's say, $30 or less. This rack right here, I believe, was the highest rack that I paid for, and this one was $30. And a normal store would probably charge you $60 or $70 for this one rack, or maybe more than that. But this is how I store all of my stickers and smaller embellishments, as some of you have saw previously on my scrap tour. However, there are new subscribers, so some of you have not went that far back as to look at my scrap room tour that I did in previous videos. But this is how I store most of my embellishments. I like to have my embellishments out so that way I can see them. As a lot of you have already saw, I do a lot of hauls, and from time to time I will go through my embellishment rack, stamps, whatever the case may be, and I will do what I called a garage sale. I really don't necessarily sell it at a garage sale, but I do have a bag, which is over here. This is my tote, and in my tote right now I have my camera in there, but usually in my tote you will find products that I have in here right now that I am either going to put on eBay or give to friends that live near me. Like, I no longer want these, and I already promised these to someone, but these are just some trimmers that I have, and I know I'm not going to use them, so I don't just want to hold on to them, and they clutter up my room. So these are actually two of my scrapbooking. These are two items that I carry to crops with me, and I'm just going to pan them around here and give you like an overview of what my room looks like. So I'm going to stand over here, and this is, I'm just going to give you like a kind of like a little mini tour of what my room looks like, and then I will go into more detail of how I store all of my items. I try to be very organized because in the past, before I decided to do my room over, I think it was 2000 and I would say 10 or either 2009 is when I decided to do my craft room over. I found that I had purchased several of the same items from not being organized, and I told myself I would not buy 5 of the same sticker packs anymore. So I do try to be organized with my scrapbooking items. I do have a large room, but some of my items, this is actually my 3rd floor where I keep my scrapbooking items, and I do have my Christmas items over here, like are back there in the corner. So I can't, I have like tubs over here that are really like not organized, but like my crock pot, I have one of my mixers over there. So all of those items over there are like my Christmas containers and items that I store for Christmas stuff. So I could actually move my stuff back further, but I wouldn't have any place to put my Christmas items. So I'm going to go into some detail of how I store my items. Down here is really my son's items, except for I think that one cube right there where I'm pointing to. I actually have like some idea books in there, but these are actually his IKEA Expedit that would not fit in his room. So on here is where I basically store like his books, like his karate belts when he used to do karate, some memorabilia, things that are special, like some of his first grade projects and things of that sort. Okay, on top of this Expedit, I keep my fan up here because it tends to get hot. Even though I do have central air up here, the air is not as intense as I would like it to be, so I still do need to keep a fan. And just in case you hear a lot of noise, it's outside. The children are playing. They are home from school. But my son is downstairs cleaning his room because it's a mess. So shortly he'll be outside with them playing and screaming and having fun. This lamp right here, I purchased this actually from Marshall's a couple of years ago. I also got this. I got a lot of questions about this particular container. I saw this in Robin Stamp's video a long time ago, and she said that the item was no longer available. However, I searched and searched. It took me months to actually find the website where she got it from, but it's called Store and Spin. Store and Spin, I believe it was .net, but I paid $55 or so for this container. And in here, I really just store extra products, like things that I have 2 of. So, and I store also a lot of tools in this particular one. So, a lot of tools go in here. Right here is a rack that I purchased from the same store that they were going out of business for $10. So, on this rack, you will find cards that I either made or that was given to me. Like ATC cards and things of that sort. And I have a second one that is here where I also store cards that I've either made, envelopes, things of that sort on this particular spinning rack. And this is a bathtub that I actually bought from one of my girlfriends. We used to go to flea markets together. And I would sell all kind of stuff. That's when I used to sell Avon a long time ago. And I bought this from her, but it's a bathtub. So, and this bathtub is where I keep, you know, we all had to give like a goodie jar up here. So, this is where I store like my candy, my chocolates, and things of that sort in this little porcelain bathtub, which I thought was really cute. I do have some picture frames up here, which I am going to put some pictures of my mother in. As you can see, they are vintage. Like, I love vintage looking frames. So, I bought these and I thought it was really pretty. So, I'm going to put some black and white pictures of my mother in. As you saw this before, this is actually how I store my stamps on this spinning rack here. So, those are there. And if you pan around here, this is how I store my flowers and Cricut cartridges. These are all of my Cricut cartridges in this container and up to here. For those of you who have a lot of Cricut cartridges, I find this to save a lot of space. From this container here up to over here. That is 150 cartridges, I would say. And I did also a video on how to make these dividers here for your Cricut cartridges. But they hold 40 cartridges inside of here. And then I think it takes 3 of these ribbon storage holders that will hold 40 of your overlays. So, to me, that saves a lot of space. And these are my flowers. Okay, over here is the second container. And in here, I don't use these as much as I used to, but I store a lot of second things that I have as well as a spinning caddy, like some of my scissors and tools and my ATG gun. So some stuff like that is in here. This is a Sterilite 6-drawer craft cart that I purchased from Target online. They no longer sell these in the store, and they only sell them 6 now instead of 7. So in here is how I store my K & Company paper and kits. So all of these are by K & Company. So all of that stuff is K & Company. And I'll be back with part 2 of my video.